Hey guys, Jeremy here at My Way MFG. I'm going to start out today. I got this beading sewed up. It's going to run from bottom corner down here all the way up to this corner. And then we can get the rest of our dash pieces on and stuff. I've popped that kick panel loose. It snaps in with a couple of them plastic plugs, snap plugs, you know. I'm going to start putting this on. When I did the other side, I used weather strip adhesive. What I found with the trunk seal was super glue worked better on that, and I'm thinking it will here too. And that weather strip adhesive is yellow and it's real stringy. You got to be awful careful with it, and even if you are, you kind of get places that show. I'm thinking with the super glue, maybe I can do a cleaner job and you don't have to hold it in place near as long. I'm thinking it's just going to make it easier. So I'm going to start on that, see how that goes on, and hopefully okay. By the end of this video, I would like to get all that welting, beading on, and the windshield garnish moldings and centerpiece back in. That's kind of my goal here. So anyway, let's get started here. I've held that up in place and I've notched it here and here where the two push pins are, so I can get it tucked back in there. I'm just going to start at the bottom. I should be able to get glued up into here before I have to cut again, and then I'll have to kind of cut it and tuck it in there. All right, guys, got that all on using super glue. And well, I gotta say, that went a lot easier using super glue than it did the yellow weather strip adhesive. I bet I'd done that in about half the time. I didn't get it tucked in real tight right here where I was coming around this curve, but still don't look too bad. Looks good from the inside. I got it on all the way up to the corner. You know, there'll be a piece coming down this backside eventually too, but I thought that'd be a good place to break it in that tight corner, you know. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. And that's just a flap hanging over there. That next piece will hold that in, but that's kind of what they had here originally. It was just more thicker and substantial, you know. It was called wind lace. This kind of mimics the appearance of it in a way, but like I say, it's bigger. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Looking at it from the inside, you know, the garnish moldings and headliner and stuff cover the rest of all this. There's a plate that goes up here that holds the headliner. It was rusty. I've taken it off. I was going to trace it onto a piece of metal, make me a new one. But if you look on the other side, it's screwed on there. That's what that looks like. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Going down through here, I just kind of tucked it in with a Bondo spreader. Got just a little bit of a gap right there, but all in all, I would say that looks pretty good. Pretty good. This damn mirror has knocked paint off my door jamb here. And then I've got some scuffing back here from the door shaking around. There's some rubber bumpers that go in here eventually I need to get. But I think when I paint this door and the other garnish moldings, I might just mask this off and paint this door jamb again on this side. This is an aftermarket mirror and this clip is too thick. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna have to do about that. It's gonna be a matter of getting a different mirror, I'm thinking. You can't see out of it anyway. It won't adjust in far enough. And then not only that, it interferes with the door jamb. I just put it on there because here in Illinois, if you don't have your rear view mirror on, then you've got to have both of the outside ones. If you had a rear view mirror on there, you wouldn't need that one to be legal, but the way it is right now, you do. So even though you can't see out of it, I just put it on there so it look the part, you know. But anyway, I think my next step is I wrapped this piece up with vinyl this morning, and I've got to poke some holes in it here. And then, like on the other side over there, this piece will go back in here. Kind of like that. But I got to get it positioned just right and make new holes in it, because all my screw holes are gone there. So I'm going to work on this for a while. I probably won't be able to hold the camera very good. Maybe I can set it on a stand or something. I don't know. First off, I get these holes in here. Actually, there's one more step I need to take here. Looking at the driver's side, I had this area here that was left exposed with the garnish molding on. I need to get a little piece of vinyl in behind there to cover that. And I'll have to take this plate back off to do that. But over on this side, I was getting ready to put this plate on and realized that. So I've started fitting a little piece of vinyl down there, and I'm just gonna glue it in there right to the metal and then let this piece overlap onto it. And by the time it gets down by the dash, it just kind of disappears into the rest of it. And then the garnish molding will cover the window side, and then the trim piece here will cover the top. So the only piece we'll show will be this edge right here. So I've just folded over onto itself and glued it. So I've got a hem there. So I think that will look fine. Let me get that fitted in, and then we'll get back to trying to put this piece on. I got my holes punched into it. Line, pushing it in as tight as I can. Should give me a pretty good idea where my bottom bead goes. Yeah, that side's all in. I mean, what can I say? That went pretty good, I think. All the screws tightened up, none of them broke off, so that's good. Down that A-pillar and stuff, I mean, you know, that's good enough. Not quite factory, but not bad. The bead in between the dash and the windshield looks great. That looks just like it's supposed to. I've went ahead and I've drawn another pencil line here so I can start stretching out this other half. Notched out there for the defroster. Might put a defroster and a heater in here one of these times, but anyway, next step is gluing this other half on and getting the other side on. Yeah, that's starting to give her a pretty nice finished off look. You look up through there now, you don't see a lot of ugliness, you know. if the headliner was in, it'd be done. Well, and the bottom of the seat. Still got to do that. But yeah, we're getting there. This is going pretty good. I got to get some longer screws for the top. I got 1-inch ones to go up there, and they're just barely grabbing. They're just a little too short. So on the other side, I used 1.5-inch ones, and now I need more 1.5-inch ones. I was curious to see if those 1-inch ones would work in the door garnish moldings. They're a little short there too. But I went ahead and put this garnish molding on the passenger side door. I think Brian had it off of there when I bought the car. I don't think it's ever been on there. But I just wanted to put it on kind of see what it looked like and see if those screws would reach. There it is on there now. I put 2 screws in it. They're barely reaching there too. But yeah, that wing vent takes up quite a bit of real estate right there in the window. So I don't have that top secured yet. And I've got one more screw to put on the side. That's the hole that had the broken off one. I'll just run a self-tapper through there with one of those pole barn screws. Start me a hole right alongside the other one. This bead looks pretty good, but with that super glue, after it's stuck, it's stuck. You're not gonna pull it back off without ripping the paint off. And I got that corner there looking pretty decent, I guess. It's not perfect, but that's where I glued that little vinyl patch in there, you know, and then I ran that beading up. On this side, I realized I could cover that just by running my beading straight across. So that's what I did. And then after I got this installed, I didn't like that, and I wanted this to come up, but it's not going to. So that's very, very permanent. It doesn't bother me too much because all in all, I think it looks pretty good for what it is, you know, driver quality car. But I do wish I'd just done this like I done that. I think that looks better. But anyway, get some longer screws up in there. There's that garnish molding on there. The other one's painted, so after it's on, that'll be quite a bit more white area, you know, on the driver's side. Then I guess I'm ready to get the door panels on. Well, I got to get the windows in, then I'll get the door panels on. And then the front's starting to get pretty white, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna run to town right now. I'm gonna pick up a few screws. Got to go to the bank. So I'm out of here for now, guys. 72 degrees right now. Well, it's February 26th. 72 degrees. Illinois. It's just amazing. Amazes me. We're supposed to have one cold day this week. I think Wednesday it's going to be like high 30s. I mean, that's normally what it would be for a warm day, you know. Anyway, guys, off I go. Yeah, my buddy Tuck had this tap and die set. It's got all the pieces in it. I bought new Phillips head screws for this division bar. They were 832s. I took one of the old ones with me to figure that out. I got all of those going through there now. Those are stainless steel screws. It didn't take much to clear them out. They were just burgered up a little bit, but they work real easy now. So hopefully when I go to put this back on, I don't have quite the trouble I had the first time. If I got to trim that inner rubber just a little bit to make sure of that, I think I will. But anyway, that's all good now. Getting ready to go to Texas Roadhouse with my wife, daughter. Sunroof's closed. That's good. I'm back out in the garage this morning. I got the windshield pieces all on. The center piece isn't on all the way yet, but I want to get Colton down here to help me. It just works better if you've got a guy pushing on the outside of it while another guy's on the inside, you know. And I'm not sure that top screw might have cross-threaded on me once again. I've just got them all started slightly. But I'm thinking if it does, I will just take that tap and run it through right in place, maybe. Maybe I can clear it back out without taking it all the way off. But anyway, that's what that's looking like. Right now I'm gonna do a little bit of work on this door, I think, seeing as how Colton isn't here. I've put that other garnish molding in place. I just kind of wanted to see how it looked and fit and stuff. Got me a little piece of cloth taped to the dash underneath that. It'd be real easy to scratch stuff right now. I'm hoping I can pull that cloth out after I get it bolted on, or it might have it trapped in there. I don't know. That thing's really hard to put on. But anyway, that's all looking pretty good. I got my door panel pattern there, and I bought some of this shower surround. It's like 1/16 of an inch plastic. I'm gonna try making a new door panel with that. And the other door panel, there was just a lot of stuff going on with it that I didn't like. When we were doing that door panel the first time, it's the first time I ever tried to use a sewing machine. We didn't have our stitch count or something set right, so the stitches weren't really going in right. Some of them were coming unraveled, and I done all them vertical lines up. Some of that wasn't looking the best, and not only that, with all them vertical lines in there, when you put it on the door and the door curves down like this, your vertical lines aren't straight on that last piece. So I wasn't liking the way that looked anyway. So I've sewed up another one that's just 2 flat panels with the silver bead in between. No more of the sewed up pleat things. And that's how I done the kick panels. So another thing was, I have found out here recently that super glue works really good at holding vinyl. I don't know if it worked good on the wood though, but I know I can glue it to plastic good. So I thought I could really get that stuff stretched tight this time, fold it over, super glue it, because that other one kind of come unstretched too. And I was trying to tape it with Gorilla Tape. And another thing, you've got these springs that go behind your door panels, in between your handle, or behind the door panel, that holds tension on the escutcheon to hold that pin in. And it seemed like that cowboard that I had was a little stiffer than what was in there originally, and I thought I'm gonna have a really hard time getting these springs back in. So I guess what I'm saying, there was more I didn't like about that door panel than there was stuff that I did like. So I'm just gonna build another one. So if this one doesn't work out, this is attempt 2. And we might be on attempt 10 or 12 before it's over. Hell, I don't know. But this is gonna look a little better, I think, than the last one, so that's good. But what I'm gonna do here now, I think, had a bag of parts here for the door. I was missing one of these stoppers. I've roughly made another one. I gotta do a little grinding and shaping on it. But I'm gonna try to get this one back in the driver's side. I'm gonna wire wheel that off and put a little black paint or something on it. See if I can get this door stopper back on. These are the pieces that go on the bottom of the wing vent assembly. 2 pins for the door handles, the 2 springs. Got the, I think Gary was calling this a dovetail. I'll try to get that back on. I gotta clean the screws up a little bit. This is disturbing. This is the out of the passenger door. That's the piece that this goes against. Try to get that cleaned up and get some tack welds on it so it stays in there. You know, passenger door is a shit show. But I'm gonna try to get at least a dovetail and a stopper on the driver's side door. Oh, and the outside handle, I'm gonna work on that first. I never put the outside handle on the door last year. Reason being, I tried. Remember, I added this external spring on here because the clock spring was broke, and that worked real good. The tension on it it felt just right and stuff, and it made the inside door handle work great. Only problem is, the outside door handle sticks through this hole right here where my finger's at. I wasn't paying attention to that when I put that spring on there. So when I went to poke it through, I couldn't. So I need to move this back like 1/4 of an inch so that it doesn't interfere with that hole. And then I think I'll be all right. So I think we're going to try that first and see if we can get this back in there and working. I think that should work. I had to do that twice. The first time I moved it up, I was in the way of this hole, right? The first time I moved it up this way, and that interfered with my window track. I couldn't get it in. I found out the golden ticket's this bottom corner, and then, you know, as flush down as you can to get it, you know, as low as you can. But anyway, that's working. That's working now, and it should fit, not interfere with anything. So I'm going to try to put this back in there. Hopefully I can get the inside door handle on, outside door handle on. Got this on, it's working real good. It, I would say works just like it's supposed to. I got a real tight door gap here. It's a little wide here, but I'm gonna leave it. I mean, it'd be hard to fix. I don't know what you would do to close that up. This here I could cut and re-weld, but I don't want to do that. I got the door working good. I'm gonna call it good. This handle, I still got to get a bolt for right here. I didn't have a bolt. That tight door gap, I knocked some paint off the door jamb right here. Let me show you. It's hitting on that rivet right there. I took a punch and a hammer and I just knocked that back a little bit. It's clearing it now. This right here, where that paint's wore off, that's when I had the door panel on and that silver beading wraps around there. Well, that rope was going through there and there wasn't clearance for the rope. Like I say, it's real tight back here. That new door panel I just sewed up, I ended the rope at the front of the door panel. So when that folds around, the rope won't fold over. It'll just be material. I think I can clear then. But that rope rubbed that off last time I had the door panel on. And that rivet right there just knocked off that little bit of paint right there. I got my my dovetail back on. That all works good. I mean, you really can't ask for that to be much better. But like I say, it's just a real tight gap. But as far as the paint being knocked off the door jamb goes, if I paint this car white on the outside, then all that's fine. But right now I got white paint showing through my door gap. So if I do paint the outside of the car a different color than white, probably what I will do is tape off a line right down here, leave the inside white and then the outside the car color. So there'll probably be more going on with these door jambs eventually. But for right now, it's good. But yeah, if we ever go to finish the car, we're just gonna repaint those. But I'm pretty happy with it. I got my stopper back on, so the door doesn't open too far now. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. I suppose that had a pin in it, but I don't have it. I just ran a bolt up through there and screwed a nut on and then kind of peened it so the nut wouldn't back off, you know. That'll be fine. And as I look, You know, I was showing on the other side where that inner structure was broke out of the door. I was looking at this side. You can see here, it's fairly easy to get to, so that's good. And I've put some tack welds there on the door skin. I think this one was probably kind of broke loose too. But it's accessible enough. I think I can get in there and do that on the other side pretty easily. I kind of envisioned it being countersunk back in there and being hard to get to, but that's really not that bad. So we'll get that back in there. But anyway, yeah, all in all, I think that's pretty good. So one other thing I did here is I got my old hood ornament off. Pretty rough condition. And the one that Joel gave me, I was polishing on it a little bit and I got it kind of cleaned up. I'm gonna open the garage door here so you guys can see this better. This one's not perfect, but it's not broke. The handle works and it polishes up a whole lot nicer than that other one did. I don't have the bolts for that. I gotta measure what I need there and go to town and get some. And I'm gonna try to maybe get a little bit of red paint back in that V8 part, you know. But yeah, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Get that all bolted back on there. I've also got the turn signal lenses. I plan on getting them in there real soon. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The front of it polished up pretty nice, really. The top of it, it's pitted, but not as bad as the one that was on it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Guys, I think that's going to do it for the video for today. I don't know what we're going to do on the next one. If we have the seals here for the wing vents, might start putting that one driver's side wing vent back together. If I don't have that here yet, I'll probably just tie up some loose ends. And yeah, getting closer all the time. I've got that door panel ready to put together. I hate to make a video of it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I might. Then got a new chrome knob I can put on the choke. I need to kind of modify it so it fits, you know. And then get all these bolts in. I need 5 for that hood ornament and 1 for that door handle. Just stuff like that, you know. But anyway, for today, I think I'm going to quit right here. And next time I see Colton, I'm going to have him help me. We get this windshield division bar put on the rest of the way. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the subscribers. And thanks for liking, commenting, all that stuff. Enjoy the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. Jeremy, later.